Hey, this is TimmyG. Welcome to episode 4 of Producing with Logic Pro Stock Plugins. In this episode, we're going to be making a hip-hop / trap beat only using the plugins given to us in Logic Pro. The whole point of the series is to show you that you can make some really cool sounds without paying a whole lot of money for expensive plugins. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. All right, anyway, let's get into it. So what I'm going to do first is open up a Drum Synth track. If you haven't used the Drum Synth, I think it came out maybe half a year ago. It is awesome. I really like it. And I think first we're going to start with like our 808 / kick. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this and make it into 3 different tracks that we layer on top of each other. So the default setting is pretty cool, and I'm just going to adjust it. So here's my musical typing. I'll make these a little bit bigger. So if I hit my F note right here, that'll be my main key. It already sounds like a pretty good bass and kick, but I'm gonna first just shape the kick part, and then I'll have the bass be separate, and that'll help for like side chaining purposes and all sorts of other stuff, just more control overall. So I'm gonna mess with the sweep right here. I want a pretty high sweep. The decay, just because I don't want any of this bass to ring, I'm going to turn it pretty down. So like around 10%. This is basically where like the glide down starts. Maybe about 40, 45. And then I'll put a little saturation on here. Maybe like 10%. I kind of like it with no tone. So this is pretty good right now. So this will just be my kick drum. So I'll call this kick. And we'll do F for the key. So I'm going to create a MIDI region right here. I'm at 150 BPM, by the way, if you can't tell. So there's my F right here. And I'm going to look at the EQ just to see what this looks like. Make it a little bigger for you. So we see it's pretty basic. I might brighten it up a little bit. I might boost around 100. All right, that's good for now. I use this on a lot of my tracks, Bit Crusher. So this just fattens it up, and I kind of use this as a soft clipper. I'm not going to use any downsampling right here. So right now nothing's happening. I'm just putting the drive up. That's too much, I'd say. Maybe like 6. All right, and I'll turn this track down. So normally what I would do is I would just bounce this in place and keep it as an audio file, but for now I'm just going to keep these as the tracks and see how that works for me. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this by hitting Command D. I'll turn these effects off. I'll go back and I have the same exact drummer patch, and I'm going to mute this other one. So we can hear it's much quieter, so I'll make it louder. And for this one, I just want this to be my sub bass. So I'm going to turn the decay up. And I'm going to look at this EQ to see where it might. Yep, so this is just like it's like landing on a sine wave down here. Turn this off. So right here, I basically have everything down, no tone, no saturation, no sweep, no shape, and then the decay is at about 55-ish%. So now this is basically just like a sub that will hit with my drum. And what I'm going to end up doing is side chaining the kick to the bass so it hits a little bit after. But yeah, that's about it for that. Let me just play around with this. Okay, that sounds pretty good so far. And now what I'm going to do is duplicate this one more time. And this is where the the dirt of this is going to come from. So it's that same exact thing. What I'm going to do is go to the saturation. And then I'm going to mess with the sweep as well. No, not the sweep. That's actually cool that for some reason the shape means the bass is kind of moving around. I don't really want that though, because I'd rather have more control. So I like 71 there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the bit crusher. Yeah, that's going to give something really gritty. So turn this bit crusher on. We're already at 6 decibels up, and I'm going to just move this clipper down 10 dBs. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, and I'm gonna do a new EQ here. So I don't want this sub here. I'm gonna go and keep this up here. I'm gonna play it. So this is a screenshot of the frequencies that are hitting. I already have a sub bass separately, so I'm not gonna do that. I might even turn this down too. So if I do something like that, let's see what it sounds like. So let's see what that sounds like all together. We're clipping a bit. And this one right here, it's probably a bit too aggressive in the high, so I'm going to maybe shape it like this. I'm going to see if the saturation's up too high. For some reason, I'm not liking it. I'm just going to mess with it a little bit more. Maybe it's being... see if I just mess with it a little bit more. I wonder if this changes anything. No. I'm gonna go back to the drum synth. All right, maybe more distortion. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn the decay down. Let's see what that does. All right, we're getting somewhere. And then I'll allow some of this brightness. I'm gonna turn this down. All right, so now that's just one drum. Now you could just combine all these, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a track stack with all of these. So I'm right-clicking and doing, let's see, create track stack. I always do summing stacks. And now I'm just going to do one. And we hear that. And then you can adjust the volume of everything in here. So I'm going to make a little kick pattern. Nope, too much. I like that. Maybe one more. Boom, 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 boom. All right, perfect. And then maybe at the end, I can do one higher. Actually, now that I'm thinking about that, I might want to have an individual one because I want this kick to stay the same. So I'm gonna leave this like this for now, and we can work on our clap next. So I'll do a new track. I'm gonna try to use only the drum synth right now. So I will go to the drum synth again, and I think the kicks are the best part about this. I think the other ones aren't as great. You can get some good hi-hats, but the snares and the claps could be better. So let's just play around with this for a bit. Oh, no, I actually don't mind this. Oh, this one's not bad either. I'm gonna go back to the snappy snare. And I'm actually gonna turn the, let's see, tone maybe. The decay down as well, because I'm gonna put some distortion on this as well to fatten it up. So I will make sounds fine, and I'll put some bit crusher. Sorry, that was loud. Okay, I'm going to put an EQ on here actually, probably before the bit crusher. Get some of the low stuff out of the way, and then boost up this to like 200-ish hertz. So let's see. All right, not bad. Now let's make a MIDI pattern with this. So I'll have the drum involved. Oh, of course I have it on the same note. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of reverb and echo on this snappy snare right here. So let's see. Echo. The wet I'm gonna have very low. And fast, probably echo, let's see. Maybe even faster. I like the 16th. Let's listen to it. Maybe even a little bit less echo. I'm going for lower volume on the echo, but longer tail. So let's see what that sounds like. Perfect. And then maybe a tiny bit of reverb here. Let's see. Here we go. Space Designer. I'll do a medium hall. Let's try plaster hall. I basically just pick a preset for my reverb and then mess around with it. And I can get some pretty cool sounds. All right, I like this so far. It's pretty basic, but not bad. I'm gonna make this go to 8 bars. And now that I'm thinking about this, just to give myself more control, I'm going to just put this on each individual track just so I have more control. So it should sound like the exact same. So here we go. Lovely. All right, I'm gonna go to let's work on some cymbals now. So I'll add a new drum synth. And I'll click in, and let's try a preset. Hats and cymbals. Brushed hi-hat, fizzy. Let's try fizzy hi-hat. Nope, I don't like that. No. I'm just gonna make my own. That's ends up what I typically do anyway. So let's try sharp hi-hat. Oh. Oh, and I kind of like that already. Oh, I like the dissonance. And you can just see I'm obviously just messing around. All right, I like this so far. And I'm gonna put a little bit more bit crusher on here. I'm using this, this is almost acting like a compressor as well on all these tracks. I'm basically just like stopping where the volume gets loud. Okay, so I'm going to try to make as hip-hoppy / trappy of a hi-hat as I can. So we'll do start with eighth notes. That's honestly, I'm gonna even turn the decay down a bit more. Honestly, just the volume, I think. Okay, so maybe I'll pan this a little bit to the left, and then I'll have a ride cymbal go on the right. So 1 and 2 and 3. We'll do something fun. We'll do 30-second note roll or something like that. I'll have it go the whole. And then have it go back into eighth notes. I like, there's a track I'm working on right now that I have something like this, and I really switch up the hi-hats basically every measure, every 2 measures, and I really like the way it sounds. So I'm going to try to do something like that. Maybe one more for each one. And then maybe I'll go to 16th notes here. And maybe I'll make some of these 8ths and some of them 16ths. that. Doot, 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 doot. And we'll end with a. And we'll go maybe back into 16th notes. And then like all the way into 16th notes. And then maybe 8th notes with something fun at the end. And then we'll make these 30-second notes. All right. I'm wondering about something with the snare, like. If I want to do some sort of snare effect, I'll do it later. All right, I'm just gonna name these. Let's see, just because it's, I might turn the like the top on. So that's just our regular kick, sub, and this is sub top. I'm going to turn this down and maybe even EQ a little bit more of those highs out because it's bothering me. That's too much. I'm going to turn this back to. All right, let's do a ride cymbal now. Oops. So I will do right here. I'll duplicate the hi-hat, and maybe I'll turn this off for now. And we'll go to ride cymbal. And I'll pan this to the right about 11. I don't want any tone. All right, let's see how this goes. I might turn, let's see what it sounds like with the bit crusher. I don't need this. I'm going to turn this down a bit and just do one on every other and see what it sounds like with the other cymbals. Hopefully it's not too much. What note was I doing? E. Everything's E. Funny, I used to produce with the MIDI roll with my drums, and now I've just been using audio files, so it feels weird to come back to this. But you can really do either way. Like my earlier EPs on Spotify, I think the drums are produced like this, and my more recent songs are with just the audio files. Let's see, is this what I wanted? Yeah. I want to tighten this up a bit. All right, I like where we're at so far. Now we're basically done with the basics of the beat. We could do some things to adjust it, but now I'm going to figure out some sort of trappy thing that I can do in the background here. And my goal is to just use the drum synth. So I'm going to do that again. You can find some really cool noises in the drum synth. So if you go to like the percussion section, there's all sorts of things you can do with this stuff. So like, so now it's just basically like any other synthesizer that you like play notes on. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah. This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, we're definitely doing this. Whoops, I accidentally recorded something. Oh yeah, maybe I'll record something. I almost never do this, but might as well. So maybe like... No, wait. Those of you music theory people, this is looking like a Phrygian mode. So let's record. All right, I'm going to clean that up. I'm hitting Command A and then Q. So let's see what it sounds like quantized. I like that a lot. Let's see. It definitely sounds raw though, so we can maybe add some things. Oh boy. You make some like heavy rhythm with this. I think I'll add some like chorus. And maybe some echo. This color, if you don't know how to use echo, the echo, it's kind of like a filter. So if it's negative, it'll be like a high cut filter. If it is positive, it'll be a low cut filter. So since this is a very like bright sound, I'm gonna do a low, like have it only the lower frequencies pass through. I like the eighth notes because like the beat is so syncopated here that the eighth notes actually sound good. Oh yeah, that sounds way better already. And I'll do some reverb. Let's see. Maybe a large space. Soft hall. Let's see what that sounds like. All right, I like where we're at so far. I'm thinking some arpeggio, so let's figure out a way to do an arpeggio. I just duplicated the track. So I'm gonna go pick something else. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's really fun to kind of limit yourself to one synth or only a couple synths, because then you can really be creative and find out some really like odd ways to make some cool sounds. I'm already really liking the way that we have whatever this 80s cowbell is. And I kind of like the effects that we have on it already. Saved us some time too. All right, so I'm gonna turn this down a bit. Oh, that's a 30-second note. I'm gonna go turn this back to 16th. And I'm going to solo this. Oh, that could be a good intro. I thought I was going to do 8 bars, but maybe I could do 16 bars and use an intro. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's see what it sounds like an octave higher. I like it an octave higher, the volume down, and I'm going to turn the reverb way up, maybe a longer reverb. So we'll do large hall and maybe like warm hall. It's definitely too loud. I'm gonna keep this. Maybe add some like tremolo. Like every measure. Let's see what this sounds like. All right, it's still a bit too aggressive for my liking. Oh, that's the wrong instrument. Sorry. All right, so we got, I'm gonna even turn this down. Maybe I'll filter this. This is like wicked bright. Yeah, oh my God, look at all those high frequencies. We'll see if we go with that. All right, what I'm going to do now is actually mess with our little 808 kick stuff. So maybe do like a we'll do a kick though. Oh, wrong wrong spot. I'm gonna copy this. And the reason I separated these tracks is I want to have the kick be by itself. So if I had it all the way up here, it wouldn't be as good. It sounds more like a laser. This still sounds like a kick down here. Maybe we'll do something at the end too. We'll go to the 5th. That's what we'll do. I wanted to move this one. Oh, that wasn't. Maybe I'll go to the. Oh, I like that. And I'm going to move this kick up to the F sharp because, or really, should be the G flat, but because that is close enough, sounds good. I could fit one more kick in here. So let's see. Oh yeah, let's loop this and see what that sounds like. Maybe I'll have this last kick come a little bit later. Oh, that sounded terrible. I'll keep it right here. All right, so we got a nice little beat coming here. Maybe we add one more element before we call it a day. This is definitely something that maybe like a rapper could rap over, or I mean, you could turn this into really anything. But yeah, let's add one more element that goes along with this. It's kind of creepy, it's kind of intense, it's heavy. So let's try to do one more drum synth, and then we'll call it a day. Go to percussion. What is membrane? Oh. This sounds a bit like the sculpture synth, if you've ever messed around with this. This definitely sounds more like percussion. I think I'm looking for something else. Go back to this 80s cowbell. This is cool. Might distort the crap out of this, and it could sound like a heavy bass synth. Ooh. Let's see, what do we sound like on the other side? We could get a little bit more. I'm going to put on some multi-effects. I have a rhythm preset. I'm going to upload this file, and you can download this as well. I put this on a lot of my heavier basses. So let's see what this sounds like. This obviously needs to be turned way down. So I'm just going to put a little note here. I'm going to have this decay quicker. Honestly, maybe some reverb at the end of this, just to kind of help the tail. If this was like a better synth, I could adjust those parameters. And what I'll do is I'll completely cut the low stuff. Low stuff reverberating isn't very fun. Oh, and some echo. Totally some echo. Medium reverb, maybe? I kind of want this to like echo for a while. Maybe a lower volume and longer. And lower reverb. All right, so I'm gonna pause here and I'm just gonna sidechain everything to this kick. So I'm gonna send this to an empty bus. Let's see, bus 2 is empty. So I'll send this, I'll turn the bus to no output, and then I will do all this stuff in a sidechain, or a track stack, so I can sidechain it. So I'll sum it up, and I'll put a compressor. So let's say I want audio, or let's see, bus 2. And I also want to copy that to my sub. Let's see, where is this? And my sub is probably right here. And then sub top, let's see what that sounds like. That's way too much for the sub. Oh, hold on. I'm on the wrong thing. I'm not very organized right now. I need to go to the sub right here. All right, so that is about it. I'll play it one more time. And obviously you can go a lot further with this. I've been going around now for quite some time. So I'm going to stop now, but hopefully you guys got some great ideas on how to make some sort of like heavier hip hop or trap beat. If I were to do this, I like EDM the most, so I would probably make this into like some sort of trap drop, or even have this like be a heavy intro and then make it a dubstep drop. But let's play it one more time, and then we'll call it a night. All right, cool. If you like this video, if it helped you out, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or video suggestions, be sure to leave a comment. If you want to see more content like this and check out my other production videos and other DJ videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot.